welcome to my TNA Impact No Surrender, well, quote unquote pay-per-view show, whatever you want to call it for Impact, for TNA No Surrender theme pay-per-view. But yeah, let's just say No Surrender review. And pretty much kicking off the show. Well, we first start off the show, at least TNA did a little bit of a tribute to Roddy Piper. It wasn't a lot of clips they had, but it was just, a few words of him, clips, and, a little, just a tribute to him, because Roddy Piper was in TNA. Like, he was in TNA for some times. The most times, like, anybody could remember Roddy Piper for being in TNA Impact Wrestling was doing the shoot promo against Vince Russo in the ring, which was really good. I've watched that multiple times in the past, which is just great how he goes at Vince Russo, for killing Owen Hart and stuff. And he did a Piper's Pit with Jimmy Snuka in TNA, so they did have some good times with Roddy Piper while he was in Impact Wrestling, in TNA. So good for TNA doing that little bit of a tribute for him. Because we've already seen WWE's, but I'm kind of glad TNA did a tribute also, because he was in TNA Wrestling, Roddy Piper. Pretty much for No Surrender pay-per-view, they pretty much show videos of promos tonight for Rockstar Spud versus Aries, Career versus Name, the Dollhouse going against Gail Kim, EC3 versus Matt Hardy for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, and a Full Metal Mayhem match. But we kicked off the show with Bram versus Mr. Anderson, which was a good match to kick off the show with, which I guess I know they're going with this and stuff, but, Anderson got the win with a bit of a roll-up, so he rolled him up at the end to get the win, beating Bram, which people look at this is pretty good, so it was an alright match. But pretty much after that, Bram pretty much took the microphone, which he carried out to the ring with him, and hit Mr. Anderson, started mocking him and calling him Mr. Pathetic and stuff, as he beat him with a microphone. So it was a good match for Bram and Mr. Anderson. Josh Matthews and the Pope talked about the matches that were going on tonight as James Storm came out in the ring and cut a promo about Koya's failure. He said he gave that man everything pretty much, taking him out of that crap old country he came from, and he said that man's failed him over and over and over again. Koya, even though other members of the Revolution have also a Sonata, Manic, Abyss. He pretty much called Koya out, which Koya brought out the stick of truth with him, and James Storm yelled at him, took the truth and threw it on the ground and kept slapping him. He said, "Look at you, I took you out of that crap old country and gave you something," and stuff, and this is how you repay me, as Koya pretty much yelled, ripped his shirt off and slammed. James Storm said, "My name is not Koya, my name is Mahaba Shaib Shira, Mahiba Malab, I'm sorry I can't say his name, Mahaba Shira." Again, and he says, "You will not touch me again." And he says, "You will not try to slam or hurt me again." And Storm pretty much got up, pissed in at Koya. Pretty much then after that, Storm pretty much cut a promo, says he's going to take out Koya tonight. So I called you Koya because that's the name I gave you. I took you out of that crap old country. And he says, the devil is coming, so grab your dancing shoes tonight. The Dollhouse went against Gail Kim in a 3-on-1 handicap match, which I like what they're doing with Gail Kim now. Because, wearing all black and stuff, as pretty much she went against the Dollhouse. Terrence Terrell pretty much ran through the ring into the crowd out of there, and pretty much took out the Dollhouse by herself, hitting the Eat Defeat on Marty Bell to pick up the win. So it was pretty good. I'll say that. Whatever they're going with Gail Kim, like she's in the Matrix or something like that. They showed a Drew Galloway video talking about standing up and rising, how Eli Drake portrayed him and stuff, and that he would get him, and he blamed Drake for disbanding the Rising and stuff, and destroying the Rising, even though they were already destroyed once the BDC beat them, which, God, I missed the BDC, but since Lucha Underground wanted to get mad at TNA for the whole Hernandez thing, I guess they took out every clip they could of him, and that's why I believe MVP pretty much left now, because I really did like MVP and TNA, but maybe I'll go over for, so he'll be back down the road one day. And pretty much they had a match then, Drake versus Galloway, which was pretty good with Galloway with pretty much Drake getting the win to go along with this feud. So this was a very promising feud. Drake pretty much able to roll up the steal the win from Galloway coming after him. So Eli Drake is really good on the mic. I give him that. Over how he's been talking. So I believe this feud could actually go somewhere with both of these guys just to build them up. Bully Ray was talking to Brian Hebner, talking about when your dad retires, Earl Hebner, you get the job. As Bobby Roode came up and says, what is this match you're doing with him? With Aries versus Spud for this career thing. And he says, Aries brought this on himself, and he says that the dirty years could be over. He says, I'm going to do whatever it takes to save this. And Bully Ray says, I'm going to do what it takes for the best man to win tonight. Because Austin Aries won against Rockstar Spud career versus Name, which was mostly the best match out of this card really tonight. So really good match, especially with Aries hitting multiple finishers, brain busters with Spud. He kept kicking out because they say he's that new ultimate underdog now, and pretty much Spud won with that running underdog and stuff off the top rope, and pretty much picking up the win. As Austin Aries pretty much looked shocked then of him losing his career in TNA, and then he pretty much looked and got to his head and pretty much shook his hand then after saying who the better man was, even though I guess it was a way to finally get rid of Austin Aries off TV, even though he was still on there after the tapings, even though he was gone mostly since Slammiversary, really, they say. But it was mostly the best match out of the night, and it told a good story and everything, so yeah. And after the pretty much they went in the back, Bobby pretty much talked to Aries in the back of what happened, and he says he's sorry and everything, but that's what happens in wrestling. Anything can happen. But Spud, he said he fucking earned it and stuff. And he's just looking at him and everything. We're just, we're cut from the same cloth. We're different from everybody in this business and everything. And he said it wasn't goodbye to Bobby Roode. It was just see you down the road. And maybe one day, Austin Aries will be back in TNA wrestling, but everybody knows he's back in Ring of Honor right now, so it was actually really good stuff for Aries to make his final moments on TNA Impact Wrestling. It's a shame he had to go. Maybe he'll be back down one day down the road, and maybe this whole Global Force TNA, or maybe they can get ROH to join on and actually work together to do something. Since most of them are all on the same channel, they could do something and work something out. So I thought that would be pretty cool if they could make that happen. But it was a good part for Aries. Just just see down the road. It isn't goodbye. Storm came out to face Mahib Shira and everything. Mahabla Shira. And it's pretty much Shira was pretty much taking out Storm, but Storm pretty much took that cow belly and it wouldn't make it a disqualification. Where would his feud go? I don't know, but I guess, Koya, which was really funny anyways, as he pretty much just screamed, he said, we did it for the river. You can go look that clip online if you want, but it's really funny. He said, sir, we did it for the river. Shut up. Storm just slapped him. It's funny. Bully Ray was attacked in the back as they went to Dixie Carter and Jeff Jarrett then. Pretty much since Bully Ray was out and they were concerned. And, Jarrett wanted him and Global Force Wrestling to offer hand to TNA, so, that he can take over and so he'll become as the authority and everything. Make the matches for you for about 1 week, so until they can fix this. So yeah, even though now pretty much people know that Bully Ray's name is in TNA, no more quote unquote. But allegedly this is the way to write him out. Somebody just beat him up in the back now. And I guess somehow, some way, Jeff Jarrett immediately just gets control of the show now. What does this mean? Finally, I really want to see this Global Force Wrestling versus TNA Wrestling thing finally happen. But it's weird how Jeff Jarrett just, okay, Bully Ray's out, so I'll take over next week. It's all good. Somebody took out Bully Ray, so I'm going to take over the show now. Which I was really starting to enjoy Bully Ray on this show. Especially that promo he cut when he came back. But, I was surprised to me that people saying Bully Ray's contract, he's not supposed to be there that long. He just shows up, not all the time, but sometimes he'll show up in TNA. But I don't know. Jarrett taking over the show again like he used to. We'll see what happens. Maybe, hopefully, it'll go somewhere with Jeff Jarrett back in the picture. Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy were in the back talking about how Matt said he's going to become the TNA World Heavyweight Champion tonight, doing this for his family, his baby, his wife, and everything. As EC3 was in the back, pretty much kind of promo, he's going to take out Matt Hardy, and they pretty much did ring introductions for both of them. It was Matt Hardy versus EC3 for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, which was mostly a really great match. TLC, whatever you want to call it, Full Metal Mayhem, but it was a really good match. I'll say that, especially when Matt Hardy did that leg drop off the top rope on that EC3 into a table and stuff. Most of the times with them hitting each other with steel chairs, even going to the ending of the match with Matt Hardy's leg hurt and everything. EC3 pretty much kicked Matt Hardy off the ladder, holding the title, still retaining the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. So it was just like a lot of out of nowhere moves, leg drops, 1%ers, twist of fates. And I enjoyed the match, so, you know, Matt and Jeff Hardy it was really good, I'll say that. I don't know what this means next, but Jeff Hardy said he was going to go for the TNA World title now whenever Jeff Hardy gets healthy again, and, you know, stop jumping off stop jumping off bikes, breaking his leg now for some reason, so, you know, it was really good. But the most matches that were really good out of the night was the main event match and Austin Aries versus Rockstar Spud. Those are the really good matches and stuff. Some matches went a little bit quick, but the No Surrender thing, you know, pay-per-view was alright and stuff. It was pretty good. So, yeah. Good show tonight from No Surrender. Really good stuff. I know I'm somewhat repeating, but if you're going to go back and look at the show, main event, Aries versus Spud. So I'm out of here. I'm going to see you guys later. Peace. Make sure you check out my other past reviews and live reactions, because I didn't do a TNA review last week, which I wish I should have, but I just didn't, because that was mostly going to be on the whole Jeff Jarrett going into the TNA Hall of Fame, which was a really good speech, and he spoke on a lot of people who's been in and out of the company, from X Division guys, so he mentioned multiple guys in the back, from Joe, AJ Styles, Sting, Mick Foley, Booker T, Kevin Nash, anybody that's ever stepped into TNA Impact Wrestling, Mike Tenay, Don West. He spoke on everybody. It was a very, very good speech, I'll say that. So check that out if you can, Jeff Jarrett's Hall of Fame speech. It was really good, and, you know, he genuinely deserved it and stuff, because, hey, he's the guy that really started this company, even, you know, coming back and, you know, reconciling with his father, because they said mostly Vince Russo broke them up pretty much because of the arguments they had over him. But I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace.